team will present a brief overview of the education system of Chile and information about Fundacion-Origen, a peace and sustainable education institute. Chile is the leading Latin American country in reading and rates second in mathematics rankings. Many attribute the success of the Chilean students to the school reform, which began in the 1980s and continues through to today. In the 1980s, the decentralization of the administration of schools and the revision to the financing system created an imbalance in the equality of educational opportunities for students attending public schools and those attending private educational institutes. The revised policies allowed privately run schools that did not charge tuition to receive an equivalent per student voucher as the public schools. The tuition-charging elitist public schools continue to operate based on tuition rather than public support. Despite the development of financial policies to create a more equal playing field, the privately run schools receiving the school vouchers retained a greater freedom in relation to the teacher performance and hiring or firing practices, increasing the quality of education exponentially, whereas the publicly run schools were required to comply with strict labor laws and tenure requirements, making firing a poor-performing teacher near impossible. Due to these practices, students ultimately made the decision to shift from the publicly funded schools to private schools with the voucher system. The graphs represent the national enrollment shifts in school attendance from 1981 to 2002. The privatization of the education system has led to major class divisions in education, and Chilean schools have become increasingly segregated along class lines. Though primary and secondary education, 6 to 17 years old, is mandatory, it can be at a high cost to families. Data has shown that students in affluent schools and neighborhoods, whether public or private, score higher on the PSU, which is the Chilean equivalent of the SAT, thereby being admitted to better universities. Fundacion-Origen was founded in 1991 by Müller. Müller, who was born in Santiago, returned to Chile as an adult and volunteered at a juvenile detention facility. This experience, along with past agricultural experiences, led her to the desire to work with at-risk youth with a focus on agriculture. Seeing gaps in the education system of Chile, Fundacion-Origen educates teachers through workshops in education and transforming schools and takes advantage of the voucher system for partial financial support in reaching at-risk youth through their schools. The school is managed by a team of 45 individuals from the area, focusing in social entrepreneurship. Heading the board is Müller, founder and executive director of Fundacion-Origen. Müller has instilled the ideas of transformation rehabilitation within the organization. At the heart of the mission is an inclusive and holistic view of education. The education at Fundacion-Origen is focused on developing the whole person, not just the academic side. While the foundation and its schools are non-denominational, Buddhism plays a big role in its mission of the program and the values that it instills in the students. Since its inception, Fundacion-Origen has seen an upwards of 10,000 students graduate from its programs, with a 0% dropout rate. Nearly 70% of its graduates go on to receive higher education, and 75% go on to work in agriculture. Fundacion-Origen is a nonprofit organization with a focus on quality education through original programs. The organization's programs are delivered through 2 institutions, the Agroecological School of Pirque and the School of Leadership for Peace and Sustainable Development. The Agroecological School of Pirque offers free sustainable education to socially vulnerable youth, including both theoretical and practical training. The School for Leadership for Peace and Sustainable Development delivers educational models and implementation courses and workshops to individuals and institutions to build a more inclusive society. To support the education institutions, Fundacion-Origen also developed a program to train teachers in sustainable education, the School for Teachers' Origin. To further support the organization's principal lines of business, Fundacion-Origen operates secondary businesses in agriculture and a hotel and event center management. The Agroecological School of Pirque first opened in 1991. Since 1991, over 2,000 students have attended the institution. The Agroecological School of Pirque currently serves 430 students between 14 and 18 years old. Graduates of the school have the ability to receive a secondary school diploma and a technical diploma in agriculture and livestock. The school is a professional technical school that provides sustainable education, aiding in the development of at-risk students free from social discrimination. The school's focus is on inclusion and the development of the individual, providing technical training in organic agriculture. The Peace Institute focuses on the education of both youth and adults outside of the traditional education model, with the goal to develop educators for peace. The School for Teachers' Origin was created in an attempt to reach the teachers in the Chilean public school system. In the midst of the education crisis, the foundation realized the lack of professional development for teachers in the holistic education realm. The program itself is 2 years long and consists of 2 parts, on-site work and e-learning. Most of the program will be conducted through e-learning. However, the time spent on-site at Fundacion-Origen will be a time for curricular planning, classroom work, and a chance to really absorb and understand the atmosphere of the school. During 2013, Fundacion-Origen offered scholarships in 3 cycles to schools around the country to participate in the Sustainable Education Program. The ultimate goal of this program is to redirect the management of schools, focusing on the subject areas believed to facilitate school transformation, including holistic education, innovative methodologies in the classroom, and collaborative communities. Schools receive between 1 and 3 scholarships each for directors and teachers, totaling 82 scholarships over the 3 cycles. In combining the 3 cycles together, 30% of recipients received 1 scholarship, 22% of recipients received 2 scholarships, and 48% of recipients received 3 scholarships. The largest cycle of scholarships provided was in the 2nd cycle in August 2013, with 41% of the scholarships given. Fundacion-Origen is structured as a non-profit organization with a twist, where the founders structured phased development, moving from traditional donors as the initial funding source to creating sustainability through social entrepreneurship. In this circumstance, there is still a base of donors like government organizations, domestic and foreign firms, and other foreign foundations which provide funding support for operations. And there are donors who are social investors, supporting the creation and development of projects which act as the financial source for the school and the foundation. The Agroecological School of Pirque is overseen by the Students' Council and the Parents' Council, each with the purpose of supporting the education system and maintaining ties with all interested parties, including teachers, parents, and students. There are guiding laws and rights for each segment of the councils, maintaining consistent freedoms, rights, and regulations. Together, these 2 bodies serve to represent the interest of the students and the families of the school. Fundacion-Origen's partners are listed on the slide. Natura Cosmetics of Brazil sends much of its sales force and management teams to the Foundation's Institute of Peace and supports the Origin School for Teachers in sustainable education. Emiliana Vineyard sends all of their field workers to be trained by students from the Foundation's Agroecological School of Pirque. Johnson & Johnson maintains a project with the Foundation which provides healthy food and teaches the benefits of the healthy diet to students in the metropolitan area. Students receive training in organic farming and medicinal gardens through the support of the Ashoka Foundation. This provides students necessary tools to improve the quality of life of patients suffering from depression or diabetes. As previously mentioned, the Foundation cannot rely exclusively on resources obtained through the government or donors, as that income can fluctuate based on economic conditions. So it has developed multiple means of generating enough revenue to meet operational costs and reinvest additional profit in growth and improvement strategies. In addition to the monetary support received from state subsidies, donations and investments, and competitive public funds, the Foundation generates revenue from two main internal sources: selling agricultural products and maintaining a platform for tourism services. Fundacion-Origen's target customers are socially vulnerable young adults. The Foundation seeks to transform the lives of at-risk or underprivileged individuals by not only educating them from an academic standpoint, but also providing them with technical job skills and teaching a holistic approach to their own mental and physical health. All of the products sold by the Foundation's Agroecological School of Pirque are grown or produced on-site. This includes the organic vegetables, cheese, homemade spreads, honey, and bakery products used at Villa Virginia. Fundacion-Origen's Agroecological School sits on a 15-acre plot of land in Pirque, originally donated to the Foundation in 1991. Facilities on site include playgrounds and gardens, offices for teachers, classrooms, a science lab, the barn and dairy for goat cattle, and a cheese factory. Beehives and henhouses, organic gardens, a tool room, a library, a computer room, and an arts and music center, a cafeteria, and an assembly hall. Villa Virginia Hotel is also located at the Pirque location. The manor is a historic building that dates back to 1883, built by the descendants of the first governor of Chile. Fundacion-Origen operates the 15-guest room manor, as well as the event center facility. Fundacion-Origen is developing projects and conventions to consult with various businesses, using its educational and agricultural background. Fundacion-Origen currently has its headquarters in Pirque, but has plans to move its Peace Institute headquarters to Rio Claro, where they have 106 hectares of land to expand the institution's reach. Using the training of educators developed within the School for Teachers Origin, Fundacion-Origen is also positioned to expand its curriculum to other public institutions throughout the country of Chile. In 2014, Chile's president announced plans for education reforms, including an end to public funding to for-profit private schools, prohibit selective school admissions policies, and make all primary and secondary education free. The announced reforms, which may include significant changes to the voucher system, may limit the sustainability and the expansion of Fundacion-Origen. The Foundation can also continue to expand its scale of educational opportunities to incorporate programs in other areas of South America with at-risk youth, expanding outside of Chile and developing strategic alliances within different geographic locations.